Well. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the review of Love After Lockup, Season 6, I believe, Episode 1. Y'all know how these seasons go. Honey, if you would have told me that I would be reviewing this show again, I would have called you a liar. I have reviewed Love After Lockup in the past, and I didn't swear off of it like I did, what's that show? The Marriage Show. Y'all know which one I'm talking about, that I swore I would never review again. I didn't swear off of it like that show. However, I never thought I would be over in the aisles of WeTV ever again reviewing a show. But here we are. Okay, the foolishness with Ready to Love left me no choice. I had to find something to fill in the gap. So when I saw that Love After Lockup was returning on the 21st of March, I said, you know what? It's Friday night. I ain't got nothing else to do. Let's get into the BS that is Love After Lockup. And it's going to be some BS. Every season of Love After Lockup is some foolishness. So let's go ahead. Let me have a conversation with myself. JoJo, this is just a reality TV show. Do not get yourself worked up. Because, baby, when I tell you I was writing these notes and I was on 10. I was on 10. Okay, I done made me a glass of wine this good old Saturday. I got my notes. Y'all hear my notes in the background? Oh, my Lord. And there's so many people on this show. They all so dumb. But we going to talk about it. I can't even promise y'all I'm going to be here every week. But we going to give it the good old college try. Let's get into the review. All right, first crazy on the docket, we got Kiana. She is 27 years old, and she lives in Dallas, Texas. She grew up with a strict mother. She really didn't know a whole lot about dating, kind of followed a lot of rules, which very common. I think she also grew up religious, and so this is one of the things that we do, ladies. We do a disservice to our girls when we try to raise them so strict, tell them they can't have no boyfriend, tell them they can't do this, can't do that. Go ahead and let them, I ain't saying let them do whatever, but one of the things that I think all young ladies could benefit from is learning the art of courting while under the roof of your parents. So if you go ahead while they're young and in your house, let them have a little boyfriend, about 16. Let them go on some dates. Sometimes you can even chaperone the dates if you want them to start dating at 15 or something. You can chaperone, let them come by the house, introduce themselves, show them what a young man should be doing when he wants to court you. So that way you can go ahead and be teaching her these lessons as you go along, and you don't end up with a damn near 30-year-old fool. Okay? But let's get back into it. So her and her boo, Demadric, have been off and on for 10 years. Now, this girl only 27, and they've been off and on for 10 years. So this is her high school love. All right? He's been in 2 years under some type of firearm charge. Demadric looks like he is familiar with the ins and outs of the law, if you know what I mean. Started out in high school real cute. He would come to her school. He would come to her games. That puppy love that went on for too long. Now, one thing that I noticed about just about everybody on this show is that they seem to have a decent support system. And Kiana was one of the first that I noticed it on. She has a stepfather who seems very supportive of her. They don't show her mother outside of a photo, but I'm pretty sure we'll meet her later. I don't know what her level of support is. She works at a shop. Seems like everybody in the shop is supportive of her. They all telling her the truth. Okay, this lady right here in the picture, the white lady. Now she trying to tell her the truth in love. The brother, okay, the big boy, he is my spirit animal. He telling her the truth, period. He's not mean about it. He's very direct, very blunt. Sometimes he even throw in a joke. But he just letting her know, like, child, this ain't finna go the way you think it's gonna go. You about to be spending money on this man. You about to go pick this man up. He gonna have some extra babies. And then y'all gonna be raising all them kids together, and you gonna be saying this and saying that. So he giving her the real. And she just like, you know what? You doing too much. He ain't doing too much. He really ain't doing enough. You doing too much. Get into it. Not only is she waiting on her man to get out, but there's another person waiting on her man to get out, and that's his baby mama. Now, I wrote the name down, but I can't for the life of me remember how to pronounce it. Dawalia. Dewalia, Dewalia. Child, nobody got time. We gonna call it a baby mama. Now, we're gonna have to differentiate at some point, because Demadrick don't just got one baby mama. Demadrick got 6 kids. Did you hear what I said? Demadrick has 6 kids. They've been off and on for 10 years. And during them off times, I guess he was making a baby for every off, because he has 6 kids. But she wouldn't be a fool of a woman if she didn't give him an excuse. So she tells us that, he been caught up with this girl, his last baby mama. She real disrespectful. She loves saying stuff on Twitter and talking about how she missed her baby daddy, this, and that. She ain't got time for the foolishness. And this is one of the young ladies, the baby mama in question, that he cheated on Kiana with. And she lets us know, the audience, that the reason why he cheated, he was going through a lot. His best friend had died. And you know what I say all the time on this channel, sometimes when men need a little healing, they go find the healing in some coochie. Okay, therapists just won't do, pastor won't do, arms of their mama won't do. Coochie is where the healing begins. So that's where he found it, and a baby was made. And it looks like from her tweets, she is waiting on her baby daddy to get out of jail too. Her coworkers are trying to give it a real. Her daddy even tells her, even though he's supporting her and going with her to pick up Demadrick, he really going because he want to see if it's going to be some foolishness on Demadrick's end, and he just want to be there for her. He said that if he sees something that ain't right, he going to address it. But if he coming like a man, then, he going to be cool with it, which, I ain't finna be cool with my baby girl dating nobody coming out fresh out of prison. But, hey, sometimes you just try to do the best you can with your kids and they dumbass decisions, and you just want to be a part of their life. So you try to do it in whatever way you can. I get it. But she seems to have a lovely support system around her for the most part. She's excited. They're driving to Fort Worth. They're staying overnight. They're going to go get him. I'm guessing he's going to be staying with her from what it looks like. And they go by Demadrick's daddy's house. Demadrick seemed to have a family too. He seemed to come from some decent stock. All right. The daddy and the sister is there. They gonna give Kiana some of his stuff, because she ain't got it like that to be buying him clothes like she normally do. Oh gosh, oh Lord, I can't stand a dummy, but a pretty dummy really just irks my soul. So she going to get some of his clothes out the storage at his daddy's house. And we find out there's some contention between her and his sister. Okay. Now the sister, as soon as Kiana leaves, calls the other baby mama and say, yeah, she just came through here. Not the other baby mama, the baby mama. And says, yeah, she just came through here and got some of his stuff. And honey, baby mama is just like, child, please. I just talked to him last night. Ain't nobody got time for this. I done had all kind of women DM me about this man, and he ain't even got out of jail yet. So we already know it's going to be some foolery. It's going to be some buffoonery. It's probably going to be another baby mama. He probably going to be sleeping with the same baby mama still, and maybe some of the other ones. I mean, he got so many baby mamas to choose from. I believe he got at least 3. If I ain't got no kids with a man and ain't got no ties to this man, I'm getting the hell on. He got 6 liabilities. 6. Count them up. And probably gonna try to get you pregnant too. Kiana, you seem to have a good, no, I ain't even gonna say that. You seem to have a good support system, and you seem like you could have some sense. You seem to have your life together. Why do y'all be wanting these men? Why? This is just to show y'all. Let me relax. Okay. I can feel my blood pressure rising. Let's get to the next dummy. Now, I don't know what I was doing when these two came up on the screen. It's like my notes, I can't find their notes. But we have Savannah and Bradley. It's a hard 27 and 28. These two done lived a life, and you can tell, because when her age popped up on the screen, I said, I know you lying, but not too much on her. So Savannah is going to get her man. Her man actually gets delivered pretty quickly in the show. Bradley, they met because Bradley was her dealer at one point in time. He used to sell some marijuana. That's not what he was in jail for, though. He was actually in jail on a firearm charge. The one thing that I can say about these two is at least they know not to be having no babies right now. Everybody else talking about babies for the most part. But these two at least know they don't need to be having no babies. But Savannah is ready to get married. Bradley definitely is not. He wants to take things slow. He also says that there's some worry coming from his end, his family, due to Savannah's drug addictions, which she has admitted to. And if you look at her prior photos, you can tell she had something going on. But she says that she was using everything, doing everything. And so she had to kind of come back from that, recover, and Bradley was a part of that recovery as well. So little bit of worry over that because they used to use together. So his family's a little worried. He just wants to take things slow. So at least we got that if we ain't got nothing else. But Sister Girl is definitely ready to get married. Next, we have Joey. Joey still lives at home. He's 48 years old. But in Joey's defense, he has kicked a severe addiction that he has had. Joey is with Michael. And the thing about this relationship is they were together when they were using. They have never been together when either one of them was not using. So, of course, he has some worries. He's worried about, his Michael's attraction to him without the use of drugs. There's also a family dynamic. Joey is another one. Like Kiana has a great support system. Look like Demadric, the prisoner. He also had a support system. We're going to keep track of the people who look like they got folks in their corner. His dad comes over. Dad seems like a very kind man. Mom comes through there, comes over. He lives with them, but he seemed to have his own little private quarters. But they're just talking to him about their worries and their concerns. We do not want to see you go back down that road. We don't even want you dealing with Michael. But if you're going to deal with Michael, it needs to be made clear that you're not using again. So if that's what he's on, that's when you need to walk away because we don't want that for you. Joey is worried about it as well as just how their relationship is going to be. Like, are they going to be as attracted to each other since they both aren't going to be high out of their minds all the time? These are legitimate worries, especially since we get to hear from Michael during a jail call where he says he's not really been fully honest with Joey about his concerns with the relationship. He's worried about just being monogamous, really being in a monogamous relationship with him. And he's also worried about the fact that he may still use, even though Joey is not using. And he doesn't want to cause him to fall off the wagon. But again, he doesn't want to feel restricted if he wants to do what he wants to do. So we'll see how this relationship pans out. But his parents have the right to be very concerned. Next on the docket, we have Brooke. Brooke is 31 and they say what? A hard head make a soft ass. I don't know how she ain't learned from the last two baby daddies. But for some reason, not only is Brooke wanting to date JK, who is fresh out of jail, which is why she's on the show, but she's also ready immediately to get to having babies with this man because she knows he really wants a child. Y'all, children are not Easter baskets. They're not flowers. They're not care packages. They are commitments of time, love, money. They're big commitments. Y'all be talking about kids like, oh, he really want a child, so I think I'm going to give him that. Like you dropping off a damn fruit basket. This is a child here, lady. And you just said that the other two men were not in your children's life. So don't make this mistake again for this man who is getting out of jail and really need to be focused on getting his life completely together before he gets to popping out anything, out of that wand into you. Hate to be graphic. But Brooke also seems to have a wonderful support system around her, which is probably why, a lot of people with good support systems go ahead and take advantage of the fact that they have somebody who can catch them when they fall. They have a soft place to land. So they just go around doing all kind of ignorant stuff. They don't care who suffers because they don't suffer the most. Everybody around them suffer the most. The support system suffers the most, which might be what's going on with Brooke. Might be what's going on with Kiana, as well as many others on this show. Because she's sitting there talking to her mama, Kiki, and talking about, yeah, we just had one more. Her mama was like, no, you can't. You can't afford one more. Don't do it, Brooke. Okay, don't play. But Brooke is playing. So she's talking about having a baby of JK, the Toothless Wonder, all the while having his homegirl living at her house, who is a op. I have figured out, and her name is Bonnie. How ironic. Bonnie is a op. Not only is she living with Brooke, but she used to live with JK's other piece of work named Ashley. And not only was she living there, but I think she was being a spy and telling JK what was going on. And she's also doing that I believe, with Brooke, keeping an eye on things, making sure stuff isn't going on. Why? Because she's probably secretly in love with him. Why do I think this? Oh, because they used to date. Now, granted, Brooke knows about them dating. Brooke knows they used to date. But listen, the man got a type, because all these girls slick look alike. They just different sizes, okay? Bonnie's on the heavier side. But you're not finna tell me that best friend not in love with the toothless wonder that is JK. She is in love with that man, and that is why she's watching all of his things, calling him on his jail calls, talking to him on the phone, and probably letting him know what all his hoes is up to while he in jail. She the op. She's the op that's in love with him. And don't be surprised if he gets you caught up in a sister wife situation, Brooke. Don't be surprised if Bonnie is pregnant before you are. Because I can see something like that happening. Anyway, the man paroling to his mama house. So they're going to have to figure out how they're going to be carrying on there. You paroling to your mama house, but you got your best friend living with your girlfriend. Okay, they didn't even know each other. All right, he done convinced her that Bonnie needs to live with Brooke. He done convinced Brooke of this. Child, Toothless Wonder must be coming with that D. Because ain't no way you going to convince me to let another woman live up in my house that I don't even know. Absolutely not. But anyway, child, we going to see what happened. Now, Alex, the old work, she want to have his baby too. I don't know what the Toothless Wonder got going on with baby. So all these women want a little bit of that seed in them. Damn fools. It's tragic. Now, y'all know it wouldn't be a season without a love triangle. So we got Alexis, 29, another beautiful fool. Oh, I can't stand a pretty fool, child. Oh, it breaks my heart. Now, I think she might be a home health aide or a CNA. Now, she been with her man, Julius, for 3 years. Okay, she met him through his sister. And, child. Julius helped Alexis a lot along her path in life, was one of the first men to tell her she was beautiful and really motivated her to get herself together and do certain things, really encouraged her. And it's unfortunate that he was the first one to do it, because it really should have been the people in her household. It should have been her mama, should have been her daddy, cousins, auntie, even a friend could have motivated her. But unfortunately, she heard it from this man first, and that was her downfall right then. Ladies, we really, if you can't do nothing else, learn to love yourself early and learn to encourage yourself early. That way, when somebody come whispering stuff in your ear, you're not just going for anything. Because I believe all of these girls can do better than this. All of them. But for whatever reason, they feel like either they A, don't want to, or B, can't do no better. And she one of them people that I believe in her, that I feel like she think this is the best she can do. And baby, you can do better than that. Child, you got yourself, you trying to get yourself together. But anyway, he's pushed her to be her best, and she seems to just talk about herself in a way where she struggled with her self-esteem. But she's excited about her man getting out. You know, she been waiting. And of course, everybody, they always talking about what kind of sex they gonna have. They never talk about what clinic they go into to get tested, but they all about to get into some things with some sexual relations. But what she don't know is there's another dummy around the corner also waiting on her man to get out of jail. And her name is Ashley. Now, Ashley got 2 kids just like Brooke. And I don't want to say I feel like we all can be dummies, right? Don't matter the age, don't matter the life path. But I feel like when you got kids, I have a little less patience for foolishness. I do. I feel like you got people looking up to you. When you have children, it's time out for all that stupidity. Yes, you're going to make mistakes. Yes, you're going to have moments where you don't got all the answers, but you just can't be moving like no fool. Not when you got children. Like, I just think you just putting them at risk for all your dumb decisions. And what Ashley is doing is a dumb decision. So Ashley's a former party girl. Okay, she's one of them ones who mismanaged her beauty and her coochie. All right, because where's these children? Where they daddy at? So she did both. Okay, she did a two-peat. I rarely see that happen, but she did it 2 times. I hate to see a beautiful woman mismanage her pretty. And them kids wearing her out. Because them photos, she used to be a baddie back in the day. And now the baddie light is still in her soul, but it's gone. All right. Mind you, she met Julius off a wrong number. Julius done called her She done answered the collect call, said this ain't the person, but she thought his voice sounded sexy, looked him up on Facebook, and the girl was hooked. I know she a fool. Not only do we know she done got the name tattooed on him. You don't know this man. You ain't never seen this man in person. You ain't made it on the visitation list. And you got his name. You might as well get JoJo tattooed on the other titty. Get me tattooed on there because I'm going to get you more clout than Julius is. Okay, I'm going to get you more than Julius. I can at least get them kids something from the damn Five Below. The Pop Shelf. All right, the Burlington. At least I can get the kids something. Julius not finna do none of that. He finna make a fool out of you. You should have got my name tattooed on you, Ashley. I could have done more. So much more. But anyway, she's a former party girl. She was a dancer off and on for 8 years. I think she's a server now. And she waiting on her man to get there too, just like Alexis is waiting on her man to get there because my man is your man and my man, what's this to say? Girl, that's all our man. I think I done told somebody that before in school. I was like, girl, he our man. Ain't nobody got time to be fighting over no community D. That's our man. Quit acting. Anyway, of course, this is going to be fireworks and drama throughout the season. She calls Julius. Well, Julius calls her. They're on the phone, and Julius is acting a little funny now that he coming home. All right, he telling her, "I'm gonna get up with you when I get up with you. I'm gonna let you meet my mama. We'll talk about all that when I get out." Okay, he being very vague, and when she say "I love you," he say, "All right then." Baby, don't ever talk to this man again. That would be me. I would be going to get that tattoo covered up or lasered off, and I would be moving on with my life. Or I would just be like, it stand for Julius Caesar, and I just wouldn't be talking about it no more. Name one of your next kids Julius. But I just wouldn't. Okay, you got one time. You already acting funny. But, and the fact that they ain't never seen each other, it's, Lord have mercy, child. He's only seen photos of her. So what y'all think about to happen when it comes to that? When it comes to that regard? And what you think gonna happen when her and Alexis find out about each other? If this is all it takes, ladies, I'll just go to jail, okay? If y'all gonna trick off for me when I get home, buy me clothes, set the bed up, have the relations with me, give me babies, let me just reincarnate and come back one of y'all's men. Let me just come back one of y'all men, because I tell you, it's too easy. I hear people saying it's hard, but it's way too easy. Anyway, y'all, what did y'all think about the episode? What do you guys think is going to happen? I'm sure we got more people to meet. This going to be rough, child. All these notes and carriers on, but we're going to stick it out as long as we can. And y'all stick with JoJo. Y'all know I've been cutting back on caffeine. I ain't been as sharp as I normally am. But we going to get through these shows, y'all. It's just a show. It is just a show. But I will see y'all next week for the next one. All right? Hopefully. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.